feels like it should pick up at some point here.
That is
it's
a banger.
There's a guy running on the railroad tracks. A man walking through the snow with 2 ski poles, no skis on them.
Who needs skis?
He's just, absorbing nature, taking it all in.
Oh.
Oh,
well, hey, now you know where to find your royalty-free music. That's very, today is a new day. All you need is just energy from the sunshine to move your spirit today, Do
you think it's what Ben is hearing in his head when he's swimming and then has a coffee and then shits in the pool?
My God. Literally, oh my God. He's praying to the same God that Asin is when Nicole showed up.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
This episode is so good.
Oh, it was really good. And we have, a crazy good episode of ourselves today because a little later.
Let's talk about that first.
We're going to be having on, we could just say our friends of the pod.
They are. Well, they're your friends. I don't think they really know exactly who I am, but
they're not really my friends either, in my head.
Well, but they know who you are.
They know who you are too. Okay, listen, we're talking about Corey and Carly from Surviving Sister Wives. They're going to join us later, and we're going to get into it. We are invited over to their house after school, if you will.
We're actually both kind of nervous. We were texting it. They're like, I'm kind of nervous. I never get nervous for guests, but I'm a little nervous about this one. I don't know if I'm more nervous about going on their pod and having their audience decide they hate me.
I know.
Or them coming on our pod and them hating me.
Yeah, we're just a little bit more messy than other podcasts,
Yeah, definitely more than them. So it should be an interesting little balance.
We're the friends that come over after school, and we might be a little loud from laughing, but we're gonna clean up after ourselves when we're done. We're not gonna leave a mess. Right. We're nice.
But the parents the parents don't see us that way. The parents are like, ugh, Amanda's coming over.
Yeah, our laughs might be a little loud when we're playing girl talk.
Jarring.
You can hear it. Yeah, exactly. They'll might turn down the music a little bit. Right. Hey, speaking of music, I know this was a huge hit last week when I talked about our news and pop culture. Guess what? In 1975 this week.
Yeah.
Same time next year, a Broadway play opened, and then it closed 3 years later. Oh, okay.
3 years later?
Yes.
What's it called?
Same time next year.
That's fake. It's fake news.
How dare you? Wow. I thought you were a huge same time next year head. No?
Who's the composer?
I didn't go that deep
Joey,
into it because...
if you're going to give me a piece of information, you better give me all the information.
Okay, well, you're really going to like this one. A little ditty that I bet you got down to was in 1998, #1 on the hit charts. Will Smith's Gettin' Jiggy Wit It.
Getting jiggy with it.
That's how I feel like your mom would say it. Amanda was getting jiggy with it.
So Same Time Last Year is a play. It's not a musical.
I said Broadway play.
Oh. Well.
Oh, it's not important?
Broadway to me is just musicals. Why would you say play?
Sorry, if Lin-Manuel Miranda doesn't create it, it just means nothing to you.
I'm a huge Miranda head. Okay, what else?
Okay, so we had Will Smith getting jiggy with it, and then I'm sorry, with it. I said with it. Well, didn't want to get you guys confused here. In 2011, Aflac Insurance fired Gilbert Gottfried, the voice of the Aflac spokesduck.
Isn't that because he made a 9/11 joke?
For an offensive online tweet about the Japan earthquake.
Oh, the Japan earthquake. Okay. I think he also probably said some stuff about 9/11.
Yeah, I mean, that 11 years just went by like that.
Sure did.
Yeah. I mean, you were out for a week after that. That was devastating.
The Japan earthquake?
No, the Aflac spokesduck.
Oh, the Aflac. Fired.
I mean, all the time, you guys, she's always sending me these gifts Aflac, and then she just giggles and giggles.
I love it. I love jokes.
All right, that's all I had.
Okay. That's great. Thank you.
I feel like you wanted more. Okay, fine. I'll give you more next week. Jeez.
Yeah, you better come prepared. You better come. What does Kimberly say to Usman? You better come correct. With me, yo. Hey, you know what? I had to take a personality test for my job. She's just having all of us take personality tests. I know. I actually think it's a good idea. I think she's just trying to get like a nice, like good ensemble of workers and trying to make sure, like, I don't know. I really like my boss. But anyway,
is it like the Myers-Briggs?
No, it was like 1, 2, 3 something, but it was cool. But guess what? Guess what I found out?
Yeah.
I am 94% introverted. Ha! I was floored.
You know what though? There is a crossover with like the Myers-Briggs thing where you could be an introvert with extrovert tendencies or vice versa.
Yeah. I was actually surprised I'm 6% extroverted, to be honest.
Oh, well, I think you are way more than that. You were in the theater.
You don't live in my head. You don't live in my head.
That's true. I think everyone, for the most part, is fairly introverted. It's just the degree.
No, I totally disagree. Because I have a cousin who would just walk up to someone at a bar and be like, "Hi, my name is so and so," and
that's
like,
confidence.
No.
Okay.
I have confidence.
Let's flush this out here. If you are a true extrovert, does it go hand in hand that you have high self-confidence? Like, could you be an extrovert and have very low self-esteem, self-confidence?
I don't know what that would be like. But I know that the main thing is that if you're out, like, you get energy from being in a crowd, whereas an introvert, it sucks energy of you.
I think it depends on the circumstance. It depends the people around you.
Whenever I'm at an event, even if it's with, like, all of my best friends, like, I want to go home. Like, I just want to go home.
Yeah, you didn't want to stick around here.
No, but that was because I was on a road trip to Canada.
I don't know. You didn't even want to use my bathroom. You didn't want to eat the Portillo's hot dog.
Yeah, I think I was so nervous. Or, like, I wasn't even nervous. No, I wasn't nervous. I think I was just so hyped up.
Yeah.
So, like, you know when you cook a huge meal for people, you, like, won't even want to eat it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Yeah, but you always cook for people. But, like, if I have people over and I cook, I never want to eat because I'm, like, so, like, jazzed up from the accomplishment I just made.
I'm always hot. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm always sweating.
I had that fan on in my room the other day, that sunbeam one. A sunbeam.
Oh, here we go.
We found that episode. It's coming up. Anyway, also coming up on our Surviving Sister Wife talk, I went back and I looked at our emails with them just to confirm the time. And I had totally forgot that I had asked them to put together a list of top 10 ways that Kody... Top 10 most egregious things Kody has done to Christine. And I was like, oh, fuck, I totally forgot that. And then I sat down, and in the 3 minutes I was waiting for Jody to send a Zoom link, I put together that top 10 list.
I was going to say, you probably had to narrow it down.
Easy. I did. I mean, that was just off the top of my head.
I haven't done mine yet, but I mean, I can.
Well, you just found out about it 2 minutes
ago. Off the top of my head. I know.
Right.
I could think of a handful. That's true.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll plug that into the end of this episode. But we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah. How many times did you watch this episode? Just once?
I watched it with the sound off yesterday. And then I watched it this morning at like... Well, the Discovery Canada... It was weird. Discovery wasn't down, but just before the 90 days was down. Oh. I could click on like Pig Royalty and it would show me all the episodes. But I think everyone was running to watch this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, I've watched it twice, and it was just as good, just as cringy as it was the first time. Oh,
you know
this is like my
really
favorite thing to do Sunday morning now.
First of all, I'm just now starting to see that if the couple's in a fight in the oncoming scene, the picture that they show of the couple, like where it's like Mike and Ximena, they're like,
I know exactly what you're saying,
from each other.
They're back to back. Yada.
The funniest, I remember there was a few really funny ones of Alina and Caleb, where she's just like facing in like a 3/4 door.
It's back to calf. Oh no,
it's rough. But
Mike and Ximena's was hilarious because they weren't back to back; they were side by side, but like
it was like American Gothic.
8 inches apart from each other, like not too close, not too far away.
But then once they make up, they're just like together and like his arms around her and they're both kind of smiling.
She still has the same expression, but he's just closer. Ugh. Yeah.
I also love how much the camera crew is zooming in and focusing on all of Gino's stimming.
Oh my God, total stimming out. Let's start with them. Let's start with Gino and Jasmine.
Okay.
I said this last week, but I hate my own voice because I hear myself in Gino. I think I sound exactly like Gino.
No, he really leans into that. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm just always
Jasmine.
Mostly on my best accent behavior around you. Maybe. Or when I'm recording.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like this is me, Tyler, Caitlin, Butch, April. Because I do live in Michigan, of course.
You do, yeah.
Chicago,
Michigan.
Is
Gino from Chicago or Michigan?
Michigan.
I think he's from Michigan, actually. Okay.
So is Memphis, and so is, who else? There's another one in Michigan. Oh, Ben. They just went for a casting call in Michigan this season. So, yes, Gino is with Jasmine in Panama, and Jasmine has gotten a message on her phone saying that her tits are going to be all over social media.
Right. And Jasmine's working out. She looks so good in this. I kept looking at how good her body looked in that bra and how good her boobs looked.
Oh my
like she
God,
had them
I know,
perfect.
a sports bra and
like
leggings.
She had them
Can you imagine?
Perfect. Her boobs look great. She looks so pretty. And then Gino just comes in and sits and watches her, and he's like, "So you're working out, huh?"
I think this is pretty much every man who gets in an argument with their wife who doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
They just
why you're working out.
So, arms today, huh? You look pretty good. You look so good you don't even need it to work out anymore. And he's just sitting there with the stupid sandals. He's on like the thigh machine. God.
And just his foot is just like tapping. I can't, I mean, I think that it really does make a lot of sense that he is very much on the spectrum. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. But since you pointed that out, I'm like, he's not as evil to me if you kind of watch it from that,
right?
Because it comes across as sociopathic, but if I'm sorry, go ahead. No, that was pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't think he has the capability to empathize because he doesn't know how to do it,
right? And he doesn't know what his face is doing.
Sure. I mean, I still think he's an asshole who happens to be on the spectrum, but he's still a jerk and selfish, immature, doesn't want to, I don't know, attempt to treat people any better. I think he's just happy with who he is and how he is, and I guess that's fine. And I guess it's fine for Jasmine, because I do think that they are strangely, I'm not going to say compatible, but I think they could live with each other.
But she does seem smart, and I like her. If I didn't know that she sent all those horrendous texts to that girl,
right,
then I would really like Jasmine. I'd be like, oh, she's very, very smart.
Yeah, like she could do better than him.
Yeah,
right. I mean,
but she's kind of a psycho too.
Think for sure. I do think she started as a sugar baby, which is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I have talked about this. Like, if you're a sex worker or you're whatever, a dancer, cam girl, and you're making your money, you're paying your taxes, good for you. Do whatever you want to do. But I think her shaming, because it does come across as shaming, that like she's better than these girls who were his sugar babies, and she doesn't want to have her picture online and all this kind of stuff. But that's what she is doing now, right? Doesn't she have an OnlyFans page?
Yeah.
Which I guess is fine.
I'm so excited to see if these two are still together, or if any of these people are still together.
Well, there's debate over whether this person actually sent her a message saying that her boobs are going to be all over social media. Did that really happen? Or if
Jazz, I almost feel like she was just up at night and she was just like, she was letting her mind get to her, which, listen, this is my whole life. But, and just going, oh my God, my tits are going to be all, and honestly, they are all over the internet now. You can easily find those pictures.
Well, because she put them there, right?
No. You can look at, like, the texts.
Okay. Well, I mean, so she does have a point.
Yeah.
Well, listen, whatever situation that is, we'll probably never figure it out totally. But she said she wanted to see Gino's emails and his phone, so she pulled up his very organized inbox.
I was getting like nervous for him during this.
She is scary as hell when she.
Yeah.
Let me see your email. Let me see your mail. That's like honestly, when your mom is mad at you.
Oh, and yeah. And you have no time to prepare for it. Yeah. Like, if you and me were sitting together at lunch, and I'm the least interesting person on earth. I'm not dating. I don't do anything. I don't have any, like,
like, oh, you want to see my Sudoku high score? Fine.
Yeah, but if you were like, Amanda, give me your phone right now and let me look through it, I'd be nervous. I'd be like, what if there's your head is like,
because you probably have like pee pictures in there, and I don't want to see.
I haven't for years, Jody. Good
you deleted them all out?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm like, show me your phone right now. Show it to me.
I did like a full like photo cleanse.
Oh, good.
One day. Yeah, it was good.
Good. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone can look at my phone. I don't really care. But I guess it's probably
different. Yeah, but wouldn't you still,
too.
like, if Dave was like, show me your phone, wouldn't you be like, oh God, like, what's in there? Like, it's still, like, kind of scary to have somebody just, like, be like, give me that, and without any warning.
Maybe at the height of Woundgate, I would have.
Yeah, oh, definitely, I wouldn't let you. I would, like, run in and, like, pop it out of your hand. Yeah, exactly. I'd throw your phone into the ocean before he got to it.
Yeah. But otherwise, no. But listen, what he had in there were pictures or talk or confirmation tickets of when he went to Legoland in 2014.
And this almost shows how spectrumy he is, that he has his emails sorted like that. Like, why are you keeping that?
Yeah, but travel documents, confirmation. It's actually
But why are you keeping that from 2004? It is
Maybe
smart. I don't do that. Yeah, I honestly would forget that. Also, why?
Stuff?
I thought you weren't allowed to go to Legoland without a kid. I'm almost positive that that's true.
I don't know, because there's like weird adults that go to theme parks and shit that are into that.
Because I think they talk about it on Doughboys because they always make jokes.
I
about
would
how
not even go to Legoland.
Legoland.
I'd rather.
It's not interesting at all. It might be fun to go to, like, Stoned.
No, I'm not really that into Legos.
But the way they set this up is she looks at the phone and her eyes, like, bulge out. And I'm like, oh, shit, what did she find? And she's like, what is this, Legoland?
I'm with Gino on this one. I'm supposed to remember a day I went to a daily theme park 7 years ago.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to remember that?
Do you think
she's like, you told me you only went to, what'd she say, like, Detroit,
Disneyland,
and
Upper Michigan.
I'm like, oh, I feel bad for Gino. He's only going to the UP in Disneyland.
Yeah, because he wasn't lying about, like, I think he genuinely was like, oh, sorry. Do you think
nothing
he
wrong
would
with the UP,
it?
by the way. That's like where my family, my whole dad's side is from, the UP. But, I mean, come on.
What's the UP?
The Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Oh, Upper Peninsula. All right. Do you think Gino enjoyed Legoland, or do you think he hated it? Or do you think this is
I think he was stimming out like he was doing the flamenco when he was at Legoland.
Yeah.
Like the world's biggest, I don't know, White House replica. He was going nuts.
Yeah. He's like, I can tell just by looking at it that's not to scale.
Oh my God. Oh, he was definitely going to all like the docents asking questions. Just so you know, the height to door ratio on that one is incorrect. I'm just letting you know. And I think you're ugly. He would put some bullshit
just some fact that he thought.
Uh-huh. I would be thrilled if I were to open that. I'd be like, oh, thank God. That means I don't ever have to go to Legoland. I'm glad you got that out of your system before I met you.
Okay. All adults must be accompanied by a child 17 or under to visit the attraction.
Whoa. Well, that's kind of...
Actually,
I don't know about that.
It says with the exception of adult fans of Lego nights. Well, but that's like...
maybe it's like just certain nights. I was going to say, what if there are some adults that are really into Lego and engineering and building and now they can't go? That could get into even scarier situation, because what if they just have to recruit and find some neighbor kid and befriend him or her so that they could go to Legoland?
People are they're gonna find their way around it.
I don't know about this rule. I mean,
I remember that being a thing. Though,
or they know that Lego adults are even scarier than like
Disney
Warner
adults.
Brother and Disney adults, and they're like, no, really, you don't want any single adults around this place. They're into Lego.
Anyway, so he storms off. He like the whole, and again they're focusing on his feet and they're tap tap tappity tap, and he gets up and he knocks the chair over and then he goes.
Which I think was an accident.
That's
a top heavy chair. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was like, damn it, and then he goes to the edge of a cliff and he's like, I'm done. I have nothing more to say to her.
Yeah.
So, right.
I mean, he's got some anger issues for sure. We know that.
He calls her he walks away and he goes, "Fucking idiot."
Yeah.
That's what his head goes to.
I mean,
idiot.
I'm on his side with this one though. I hate to say that,
too.
but like, my God. A day you went to Legoland
He didn't
in 2014.
lie. He just did it. He omitted that they went to... It's not like they were fucking at Legoland.
Yeah, does he have to
It's
remember
like
that he went to
tame date ever?
Great Wolf Lodge water park or something? Like he went to Wisconsin Dells one time in 2012? What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway. You're like, I don't know what any of those things are. So that's nuts. What about who you want to talk about next?
Let's do Ella and Johnny, because I just can't wait to talk about all of this. So much to break down.
All right, Sammy, should we see if he's coming? Sammy, should we see if Johnny's coming? All right, now you have to do the rest of Ella, because you just do her so well.
Oh, well, I mean, she tells him, like, he's like, I can't meet you until February. And she's like, okay, well, in that case, I had this guy over, a friend, and we cuddled, and then we kissed. So then whatever. So then he's like, okay, I understand. I'll see you in February. I'm going to buy you a ring. And she's like, it would be better if you weren't here, though.
There it is.
So then
he's really sad he didn't see it. Yeah. Like, she starts going Sonic with her crying.
So whiny. Yeah, so she's like, I just feel bad because he didn't say anything, but I could tell by the look on his face that he was sad. And now I feel bad. I just don't know. I'm like, oh my God.
It's so funny. Because it's so accurate.
It's so whiny, though.
It's so whiny. And that's why people hate her.
Shit.
If she cried differently,
I don't hate her.
Oh, people really despise Ella.
Oh, well, I think that's a lot of fat shaming, probably.
I think it's the whining. I think if she weren't so whiny when she's crying, people would be like, oh, God, that really sucks.
He forgave her. He immediately was like, I understand.
Okay, so here's the question. Do you think she really did have sex with someone? Or was she saying that to kind of pull him in?
I think she did. Do you think Nicole really cheated on Azin?
Yes.
Okay, I think Ella did. I don't know if you noticed this nuance, but you know when it shows them looking into the FaceTime,
and then you can see
what you're gonna say. You can see what your face looks like. She was aiming it directly on her stomach the whole time.
Oh, I noticed. It was just folds of her purple flowered tank top
and her boobs.
That'd be the last place.
It's like, isn't that all you should be looking at? I'm not looking at the person I'm talking to.
Yeah, I'm staring directly at myself right now. No, if you're on FaceTime, first of all, you had that thing, again, we always say this, like drone footage style.
She puts it down, facing up. I wish I had that confidence. Yeah.
Exactly. She's very secure in this relationship. I don't know whether I believe her or not. It has nothing to do with her size. It just felt like she wasn't going to use that or say that until...
Well, I don't think she was going to tell him unless he...
And why would she tell him? Why would he just be with this friend that you want to have sex with?
Yeah. Oh, well, I agree with that, too. Maybe he's busted.
Well, then, can't you just take care of business by yourself?
But she needs a physical touch. It's really important to me, the physical touch, and he's not here.
To be 7 months. I can't. I felt bad for him, though. He's like, I'll get you a ring. What size is your finger? And she's like, enough about that. I'm like, I don't think she wants to tell you.
Give me the size of your finger, he says. It just doesn't hit the ear right.
I mean, but he really wasted no time just hitting the streets. He's out grabbing something to eat.
Yeah.
She's out there in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
What the hell? God, these two. Okay. I want Johnny to move on, and I want her to find someone stateside.
Yeah.
And by the way, did you hear her say by the time, excuse me, I get pregnant, I'll be like 37? She's only 29.
Like, I know.
How are we fast forwarding 8 years here?
Yeah, you can be pregnant within a year.
Wild. All right, let's talk about Kimberly and Usman.
Oh my God. Did you see the picture I sent you? I was expecting more of a reaction for that.
Oh, yeah. I
don't see that she looks like King Louie from Jungle Book? That profile?
No, I see Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the same-ish thing. Because her mouth comes together like two coconuts. And then, like, with lips.
Well, and she has a horsey face. She has a longer face like I do.
Yeah.
Is my face as long as hers?
No, you don't. I don't think you have a long face.
Okay. Well, Kimberly is calling her friend to tell her about, I don't know what a horrible trip this is. This is insane that she is still there.
I know.
Like, what else does he have to do to get you to go home? And the friend's like, oh, really? Oh, really? So there actually is a Zara. Wow, who would have thought? I thought Zara was the international name for all women. God.
What does Kimberly want, though, now? Because even he's like, what do you want me to do?
He's afraid of her. I'm afraid of her.
So she meets him, and he's like, oh, very pretty. You look very pretty. You look so nice all the time, you do. And she's like, thanks. Anyway.
Yo, like, what do you want? Like, wait, first, let me see your necklace. Yeah, take it off. Let me see your necklace. Do you know how much it took to get this here? Like, I ordered it, and then they had to make it, and then it's cost me like $45 to get this here for shipping for today.
Yeah, she said, I had to go online, find somewhere that made this. I'm like, that would take me 30 seconds.
Exactly.
Go to Etsy.
I was just going to say, go to Etsy. A lot of those things are international shipping. They'll send it wherever.
Yeah.
You're fine. I mean, the comedic timing, obviously Usman didn't mean it, but it was so funny when she's like, I mean, like, I did all this planning and all these special things for you. And what did you do to plan for me to come here? And without skipping a beat, he's like, nothing.
Nothing. I did not ask you to come.
She's like, what nothing? Really? Really? Really?
Wow. Wow.
You have to prove to me that you want me here because I can get on a plane. Like, there's flights today I could get on a flight. So you have to prove to me, like, I don't know what you're going to do, but it better be something big. You better plan something big for me.
She goes, until you do that, you don't get this necklace back. And he goes, that's funny. And she's like, oh, is that funny? And he's like, yeah, it's funny. He looks directly at the camera and he's like, that's funny. And it is funny.
It is funny.
It's a crazy thing to say to someone.
Although I think his gut reaction was like, fuck, I really shouldn't have taken off the necklace. He does want that necklace.
Damn it.
He does
want
the
necklace.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, you know what's funny? And then she picks up like a housewife thing and just like tosses a bottle of water.
I was shocked though, because I don't think I would ever do that to anyone.
No. Even someone I would hate, I could never do that.
And especially since like, if you know minimal things about his culture, like women do not disrespect men like that.
No. And again, just acting like that. In another country. Well, I mean, acting like that anywhere, obviously. It's crazy. But in another country like that, Jesus.
He was shocked, though.
Stunned. Stunned. And I think he kind of, like, looked down, like, oh, God, my necklace is going to be wet. And he's like, oh, wait, she took my necklace.
Oh, wait, she has the necklace. That was the whole thing.
But then when she storms away, it's kind of sad because she's got to walk through the sand. And it's pretty difficult.
She's holding her sandals. Yeah. It's tough. It's hot.
Yes, exactly. And then he's like, okay, safe flight. And she's like, oh, safe flight.
No, that happens later in the room because then he follows her to the room.
I thought he said it again. Okay.
Oh, maybe. No, I think he said, like, you can go or whatever. But now they're in the room. And he's like, you come here to throw water on my face? He just can't get over it.
And he also wanted that necklace back. He might have been looking for the necklace to snag.
He's like, that computer? You still have the computer. So she's like, this is insane, yo. You make me look like a fool. And I've done all this. And then,
I don't think you want to be with me. I don't think you want to be with me because if you wanted to be with me, you would have planned on something big. And I'm not you, so I can't plan what that is, but it better be something big. God.
I think the only thing he could do would be to write a song called Kimberly. I think that's the only thing he could really do at this point to make up for whatever she thinks he did. So she says, I know that you love me because we've been talking for a year, but I know you're not in love with me. And I don't believe that for one day of my life, yo.
Yeah, and then she says to the camera, she's like, I know he loves me because we had sex, so obviously he loves me. He stayed in my room for a night, like 2 nights.
She says, I didn't know when I came here we weren't gonna kiss or have sex. And he's like, but I did that. We did that. And she's like, yeah, but after a week, yo,
because I forced you, yo.
Yeah, which is exactly.
Yeah, because you coerced me into it.
Connect the dots.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to get on a flight, and it is safe flight. She's like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, safe flight. And she's like wrapping up the necklace.
He's not getting this back.
Nope.
He's not getting this back until he does something big that's going to be super sincere because I know he loves me. And then she says she's never going to date again.
Never again. I'm like, yeah, well, not if any of those, not if someone you want to date has seen this.
It's just so uncomfortable.
Like a con artist could watch this and be like, oh, I want to date her because she's so fucking easy to manipulate.
I was thinking that same thing at the end of the season. That's why I said until next season when she falls into something else. And now this time
she'll be on the single life.
Ooh, I could see that happening. I mean, it would take producers zero effort to convince her to do it.
Oh, 100% no. Have you? I finished watching all of Worst Roommate Ever, by the way.
Oh, good. Did you like it?
Yeah. Did you watch it all?
Yeah. Yeah. The first
the
one
girl irritated me, even though she's like a victim. But I was like, I don't like
about.
You.
She's
Callie?
Like there's a lot of teeth and mouth.
Yeah, I just don't think I'd like you in real life, and I feel like you would be a bitch to me.
Yeah, I'd take your chairs too.
Yeah. Oh no, not her. Oh. No, not her. The one that was like in Chile, and then the guy like beat her over the head.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah. Okay. You know who I'm talking about. The one that's in the last 2 episodes.
Oh yeah, no.
There's like, then I called my mom, and my mom was like, you get out of here. And I was like, you don't mess with my mom. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, she was annoying too. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
It's a good series. Watching it. Okay.
Speaking of bad roommates, Memphis and Hamza.
Oh, God.
Because I don't like Memphis. I know everyone's saying the same thing, but like, my God, she's so mean to his mom.
Right. Okay. First of all, is his mom like 34? She's like the most beautiful woman I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But okay. Do you think that the mom and sister were trolling her when they were taking her wedding dress shopping because she looked outrageous and some of like Steve Urkel? Like when she comes out with that thing on her head and it's like tilted. And it's like yeah. It was just very like
she looked like a Lego figure. Forget Heather from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. She was a Lego figurine in that second one when she came out. Oh my God.
But I mean, they seemed like they had a good rapport. They were all like laughing. So that was
I don't think they were trolling her. I think they were laughing like at her, obviously, but with her. Like I don't think it was. It's not like they were laughing behind her back. They were laughing in front of her back.
I mean, and it's just the way that it didn't fit her, and then the thing was off kilter in her head, and her glasses were a little off kilter, so it just looked like
I think it's the glasses too that just make her even more annoying because they are Urkel glasses.
Yeah, they're Urkel glasses.
It's just bad. But when she was sitting with her interpreter and she's like, okay, I mean, I'm being patient, but you're really starting to get to me. Fuck you. You have been staying in her house, having sex with her son, which is against like the country rules and cultural rules, and now you're saying you're starting to get to me? Get the fuck out of here.
Because I'm asking you like why your last relationships didn't work out, and like what are you going to hurt my son?
And because you've lost your temper several times, and I am afraid of you.
And you've been here 3 days.
My son has come to me and says I'm afraid of her.
Oh God,
that's all she's looking for. So
no, I am sexy baby.
I told you, I'm very attracted to Hamza.
Yeah.
He's very sexy baby.
They're getting married, but then she wants to get this prenup. I don't even understand what the problem is here. Like, because honestly, like, aren't there different laws in every state where it's like isn't it like not really a thing that it has to be 50-50?
Oh, every state's totally different.
Yeah.
And divorce is like a whole... Honestly, I think it's a racket to just make money for lawyers and courts and judges and whatever. But I mean, this is so stupid because she knew even before she left here that she was going to want him to do a prenup. So why would you not research this shit ahead of time? Yeah. Instead of springing it on him the day or two before the wedding. And then she's like, oh, that's really what I wasn't hoping for to happen. I was hoping that, he said he was just going to sign anything I give him. But I mean, that attorney was right. You have to give him time to fully understand what he's signing. or that's going to come back on you that he was like signed it under duress.
She takes it out on him when she goes back there. She's like, I'm packing a bag. And he's like, no, stay. She's like, no, Hamza, I have to go hotel. Poopy.
Right? I go hotel now. I go seepy. Oh, and did you...
Me thinky? You stay here.
Oh, he's like, me thinky too, baby. Yeah. Did you clock the amount of sugar, or I should say coffee, she was adding to her cup of sugar when she was talking to the attorney? I was like, she's going to put herself into a diabetic shock, and maybe she's done that. That's what made her so stupid. It was insane. Like a mountain of sugar coming out of it. Oh, God. Oh, so gross. Okay, so yeah, now she's wondering if she should postpone the wedding because a post-nup may not be enforceable. So she's just going to storm into Hamza's mom's apartment in the middle of a party for her.
Yeah.
And then demand that she speak to him alone. Which, again, isn't rude at all.
You, me, speaky, room, roomy.
Yeah, and then she's going to go to the hotel, and Hamza's like, Hamza sad, baby. Hamza sad. He just always looks so lost.
I know.
And then he looks at the producers
what did I do?
You tell me? Hamza bad baby? Bad baby.
Aww.
I like Hamza. Poor thing.
You want to talk about Mike and Ximena?
Mike and Ximena or Ben and Mahogany?
Oh, I always forget about Ben and Mahogany, but holy shit.
Oh, what's going on? God. Okay, so she is obviously, I don't know, like a member of the mafia or something. Like, she has a beautiful mind for mind fucking manipulating. Because it's like, we're supposed to feel bad for her because he is weird and he's doing this weird, like, I don't know, reverse psychology with God.
Yeah.
But then she's also lying. And she's never fessed up to anything
She's got this shit on lockdown, I think. But also, it's a little bit of a red flag if everything, okay, we're going to go to breakfast tomorrow. Bye, good night. And then all of a sudden you get, and he even said, he's like, I sent her like 1,000 texts. I'm like, yeah, you don't do that.
Right.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
Because then that shows that you're a different person, like behind closed doors.
Yeah, that you're writing a whole novel to her about how crazy... Actually, about how God is always on his side. And God is telling him that her heart is becoming hardened. And that makes him sad that God's hardening her heart like that. Yeah. Which is so manipulative and mean. Like, wow, I just see it. Amanda, your heart is just hard. I wish God weren't doing that to you. How is she supposed to respond to that?
Yeah, so she goes to meet him at breakfast and, my parents are here. What a surprise.
Yeah, this is weird.
I didn't know they were going to be here.
This is weird because I saw on Reddit that some people froze where she pulled out her phone and he was texting her. And she did say to him before she went up to meet her parents, hey, are you meeting us for breakfast? My parents are here. But then when her parents asked her, hey, did you tell him we were here? And she goes, no. So, I mean, this could be editing. This could be her lying to her parents. And then Ben's response was something like, no, I think I'm just going to go on a long walk and talk with God.
Oh, my God. It's exhausting.
I know. Why don't you and God go get a room already? Jesus. Yeah, I mean, what other hint does he need that she's not into him? And she's a liar. If you're all into God and honesty, wouldn't your first thing be like, wow, she looks different. She lied to me about this. Her apartment isn't what she said it was. She's not the person I thought. Maybe God is sending me signs that I shouldn't have sex with this 22-year-old.
Right. So she sends him a text saying, are you coming? Because my parents are here again. Mm-hmm. And then he says, like this, I would be so turned off by this because it sounds like he's like an adult talking to like his daughter. He's like, I would like to speak with your parents in private, please. Tell your parents, without you. And her parents are like, okay.
I mean, it's either going to be one of two horrible things. Number one, just so you know, your daughter is a liar and a catfisher, and I just want you to know that I know she's dishonest and you should know everything that she's been telling me. Or I love your daughter and I want to ask your permission to propose to her.
Ugh. But then in the preview for next week, he like knocks on some door and some shirtless man answers, which is going to be nothing. It's going to be like her brother or something.
Oh, no, I think it's going to be that she checked out. And it's like the next person who had checked into the hotel.
That's even funnier.
Oh, I just assumed that. Because the guy's like, what the fuck you want? What are you looking at?
Yeah. Get it and go.
Oh, God, stupid Ben. His ex-wife, that's all I think about when I'm watching him. His ex-wife has just got to be like,
eating the...
God is softening my heart right now watching this. Yeah. Oh, okay, so Mike and Ximena. They're the stars of the show, aren't they? All right, so we pick up where we left off, where Jimena's like, okay, so are you ending things with me? Like, can I go home now? Or we can keep dragging this out? So they keep talking.
But I feel like you can almost see... Like, okay, so like I know Ximena looks like a big bitch here, because obviously she's like, well, now I have to fuck him once. But... I feel bad for her because I can feel her. You can almost see like a moment where it's running through her head and she's like, oh God, oh my God, I'm gonna have to have sex with him tonight.
Well, and then she says, are you ending things with me? And they're on the street and she goes, sleep with me, por favor. And
sleep with me, please.
She throws her head back and goes,
hands
by her head. She goes, but don't stare at me again. That was her answer. It wasn't even a yes. It was just
like some kind of weird bug.
Don't stare at me again. Okay.
And then she's like, she's like, that's because your little friend told you that. She hates this girl now.
Nelsie.
Yeah, Nelsie. So he's
blew up her game.
Pathetic. And I have no respect for this man that he doesn't see. Does he genuinely think the next morning, like, yeah, she really wanted to do that? She wasn't having sex with me because she had to.
In that moment on the street when she said, but don't stare at me again, he goes, te amo. Okay, te amo.
Yeah.
And they did these a bunch of peck, and you know that was her intention because he wanted to be like, like
and then they zoom in, they hug, and then it zooms in on her face, just like looking up to the heavens as she's hugging him. Like
her lips are so hard puckered, like no, I'm not letting it in, not letting it in. No, keep it closed.
And then he says, I can tell just the fact that she's gonna work on it with me shows me that she still loves me. Oh my God.
She never said she was gonna work on it. She
said, you can stay and we'll figure this out.
She was like, it's almost the 15th of the month and my fucking rent is due. I didn't agree with anything else. God. So then we get to the next day, and they're in the Thomas the Tank Engine beds, and he's got that stupid fucking grin
This
on his
is
face.
Literally like two teenagers who had sex for the first time. And they have a secret that nobody else knows.
And they're so bad. They're so naughty.
It's gross. And they snuck into the kid's bed.
Like 2 months after he's nared his chest and his back and his arms, because the hair is a weird ass length. I promise you he shaved it all when he first went down there, and now he's let it grow back in, so it's probably all like scratchy on her, like itchy and
and he's just staring at her, and he's like
he's like, yeah, have a good night.
And she's just like, she doesn't even crack a smile, and he says, that was pretty good last night, and she's like, yes. And then he's like, if you were an animal, you'd be a tiger.
And she laughs more out of just uncomfortable. Like,
yeah. And then he says, what animal would I be? Why are you setting her up, Mike?
I was just going to say, that's like putting the T-ball just right on the tee. Go for it. Right. A fucking owl. Because you're a fucking creep and you're still staring at me with your goddamn bug eyes. And he's like,
and you look a bird.
So last night the kids came into the bed, and then later we went into the kids' bed, and he's been waiting for this moment his whole fucking life.
Yeah. Guess who got lucky?
Yeah, his stupid hand up there ready to go. And his smile with that stupid lip of his, and he's like, he looks like the Leah Messer filter.
The filter.
Mustache
filter.
Yeah,
he does. He definitely does.
God. So obviously she hates him. She's so disgusted by him. But they're gonna go on a romantic date to Abu Dhabi tonight. So of course I had to look up this restaurant because it's spelled incorrectly. By the way, that's not how you spell Abu Dhabi. There's an H in there. And they just spelled it Abudabi. And he says it's like this super romantic place. No, just Google it. You guys put Colombia, Abu Dhabi without an H. And even like the local reviews are all like 1 to 2 stars. Everyone's like, it's disgusting. The food comes out like barely cooked. The staff is horrible.
Well, you can tell they both got steak, and when they put it in their mouth at the same time, they're both like, really chewy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot of chewing.
And I think they might have gotten like some sort of penne Alfredo dish, because there was like coagulated white cheddar kind of looking pasta.
Gross.
I just thought it was really funny that in her mind she was probably like, oh, how can I not have sex with him tonight? I know. We'll go for some bad surf and turf. He'll be on the shitter all night.
And the whole time at dinner, he's just staring at her like, I think he still wants to talk about the sex.
Looking at me. God. And also for the romantic dinner, she's just thrown on another pair of tight jeans and like a men's button up. She's trying to look as unsexy as possible. And they start talking. He's like, so what kind of wedding do you want? I mean, now that we had sex and we're all made up, I mean, I could just have like a small wedding. And she's like, well, just, I'm not going to be having sex with you and sleeping with you until after we're married on the wedding day. And oh my God, just the genuine look of shock on his face that he really thought everything was fine. Everything was fine. Yeah. It was just a misunderstanding.
The sex was so good last night.
What? I thought you said I was an owl. It was so good. Because, she just faked it. Just over the top faked it to get it done.
I mean, and I think we've all been there. That's why I feel bad for her, because it's like, I have to do this, and I am so grossed
and he's
out
thinking
by
like,
this guy.
wow, oh my God, she got there so quick. I'm that good. Ew.
Yeah, definitely. Ew. Definitely fucking gross.
Because, he probably just like goes at it really fast.
No, I feel like he's like super passionate with her. Which is almost
I think
worse.
He just doesn't know how. I think he's like Gino. Ugh. Like how Gino dances, that's how Mike has sex.
I feel like Mike wants to like take in every inch of her, and he's just touching, like he's so thankful to have this hot woman. So I think he really takes the time, which I think is way worse.
Ew, I think he's kind of awkward. He's like, is this okay? Am I hurting you? Is this okay? He's always asking permission. Is this okay? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh God.
And he definitely has sex with his eyes open the whole time.
Oh, and super close. Yeah. Like face to face.
And he's a sweater. It's definitely a sweater.
I hope he keeps his tank top on for her sake.
Yeah. He's really feeling himself.
Oh, he loves that black. That's his favorite black tank.
Yeah. His lucky black tank.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so then next time we're going to see that he's talking to her, and then she says something like, well, it's not that I need my rent paid or something. Like, I'm not having sex with you because you already paid my rent. What was that?
He says he says it seems like your mood changed when I said that I would stop paying for stuff. And she's like, no, because I still don't like a lot of stuff about you, but you're still paying my rent. And he's like, I'm done. And then he runs away.
And then he runs off
running around, he's skidding around all these corners.
He's like Paul.
Like who? I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. Paul and Creaney, 90 Day Fiance. He's the original runner.
I haven't seen their season. Oh, does he do this? I've never seen it.
He runs off into a forest, and then she gets mugged by a guy with a machete.
Oh, I think I did know that. Oh my God!
A guy with a machete comes up to her and the crew, steals her purse. What?
Was it Amber Portwood? What's she doing over there?
Hatchet. Yeah, because he ran off into the forest.
Oh my God. Yeah. I think I did. Maybe I have seen that.
For some reason, that is like the weirdo guy response is just fight or flight, but it's literal flight. They just run. Jesus. I mean, the way his little legs took that huge stoop, there was like construction.
He goes, yeah.
Yes. It was like me trying to pull myself out of a pool, like, you just swing that leg over. Oh, God. All right, so yeah, next week we'll be coming with more. I can't wait to see what Usman has planned for Kimberly. She's like, oh, he says to come right now. Come down to the pool bar. Whew, must be something big.
Like, I'm leery.
Oh, sure you are. I mean, she's going to take off her robe and she's going to be fully dressed, ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
King Louis.
All right, well, let's take a quick break and then we'll be back with Corey and Carly.